When I do these Tuesday morning talks, I can easily just say, hey, see you guys later, out the door, go to work, not do these. But why do we do them? I mean, we're trying to do them because to help you guys and help everybody along. I mean, I've heard, and I hope they're helpful. Some people might say, oh, these things suck every Tuesday, rah, rah, rah. But it's not for me. I mean, I'm doing this to try to help everybody advance themselves or look different at things, take a different perspective towards why they're here or what they're doing, or work better as a team. I'm going to talk about goals. We've mentioned these personal, professional, and financial goals. We talk about them a lot in the office, but not enough out in the field for the employees. What are our goals? Where do we see ourselves in 10 years? Where do we see ourselves in 1 year? What is, do you guys want to still be raking leaves in 10 years? I hope not. Like some of the guys that just getting into Ryan, to call on Ryan, one of the newest guys here, what do you want to do? What are your goals in 10 years? Have you set any goals, or do you have, you're gonna, go back to school in the fall?
Yeah, maybe get a college degree.
Get a college degree. What are you going to school for?
Marketing.
Marketing. All right, awesome. See, I didn't even know that. This is the point of this conversation. I didn't know that you were going to school for marketing. I knew you were going to school. That's good to know. Ryan could have potential to work here doing marketing. Or I could know somebody that needs a marketing guy, but knowing what Ryan's goals are can help me. Knowing what Ryan's goals are can help me. There's a guy, John Maxwell. He's a leadership coach, and he writes these books. He calls everything a law. He's got all these laws of leadership in his books. And he's got one law called the law of the scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, you don't know where you stand and you don't know how you're doing. So like if there's a football team playing a game and there's no scoreboard, they're lost. They don't know who's winning, what down it is, what's going on, right? It's if you don't see where you are currently, you got no way to know where you're going. And in bigger games, like a business, you need to really have a big scoreboard up. That's why we track all these metrics and this data and the stuff that we read every morning, right? So that's called having a plan. If we don't have a scoreboard and we don't know where we are with revenue coming in, then we don't know if we're close to where we need to be. If you don't have a scoreboard for yourself on where you're going to go and what your plan is, then you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to stay in the 1 yard line. We're going to talk about these goals. And what we're doing, a lot of the guys in the office and ladies in the office, we're putting down our personal, professional, and financial goals for the next year, the next 3 years, and the next 5 years. You guys can do this too. I'll give you the sheets to do it. If you want to do it and you want to pass them in to me, I'm going to give you bonus points. Why am I going to give you bonus points to tell me your goals? I told somebody this. Now I'm going to hold myself even more accountable to do it because I actually told somebody about it, right? So I need that too. Like I need somebody to hold me accountable as a business owner. So and everybody should too for what they have and not feel bad about doing that because that's what's going to help you get to that. So, not to call out Caleb, is there something that you have, a goal that you have that you want to share? I don't know if there's something that you want to do 1, 3, 5 years.
Just learning as much as I can and eventually having my own business.
Perfect. So have his own business, right? So this is a big one, right? So I'm going to show you how do you get something so big to get so granular so he has a map or a scoreboard on how to do that. So what kind of business are you thinking?
Breeding.
What is it?
Genetics.
Genetics? Yeah. Breeding. Cannabis, right? Yeah. Cannabis breeding business. So that's a big goal. How do you attack that goal? That's an overwhelming goal. Well, you got to make a list of what do you need to do and what steps do you need to do to get to that. So I know nothing about this business. Some of the goals are simple. Somebody might say, I want to buy a condo. My grandmother had a condo, so Alfredo had a goal. He wanted to buy it. Simple task. What does he have to do to achieve that goal? Well, he's got to go get an appraisal. He's got to get money. Every single thing that you need to do that goal, you got to make that list. Building a business is a lot bigger. The first step on that might be talking to a business advisor on how to help you build a business plan. If you talk to me, I know nothing about cannabis, but I know how to build a business plan, right? So what does he have to do that? I probably spelled cannabis wrong, but like, okay, every single task that you can think of to get to that goal, you make a list. Okay, speak to an advisor for a business plan. He's got to get some money, some capital up to put in the bank. So he's going to need to raise capital. He needs to probably take some classes to educate himself a little bit more. I'm just throwing this out. I don't know if there's any. What is it? Licenses. Classes. Location. Like all these things, right? So now we're breaking out this big overwhelming goal into smaller steps. Okay, now you can take this to a next step and say, all right, I gotta get a business advisor and build a business plan. What do I need to do to that? Now you break those down into even more incremental steps. I gotta make some calls, I gotta talk to people. Boom, boom, step 1, step 2, step 3. I gotta raise capital. Are we gonna raise capital? Does he have money to do this? Does he want to find somebody who might want to invest in it with him? Whatever those steps are, right? And you get those down to the most incremental steps for what you need to do, and then the next thing you got to do is just put a date. Put it in your calendar. This is what I got to do, and when am I going to do it? Boom. That's it, right? It sounds so simple. It really is that simple, though. But if you don't do this, and you just think of this is never going to happen. So it's a matter of putting in the dates. Okay, I'm going to call a business advisor on this date, put it in a calendar on August 15th, 2025, and tell them I don't have anything yet and I'm just getting started. Give me some steps. Now you get some more steps for stuff to do. I got to raise capital. I'm going to start talking to investors. On this date, I'm going to talk to this one. This day, I'm going to call this one. I'm going to do licenses. So this was a big goal with big steps to accomplish this stuff. But if he doesn't do this, he's never going to do this. So that's the point. Now, what's a smaller goal that somebody has? What is it? Family trip. Boom. Family trip. What do we need to do to go on a family trip? We're going to look, figure out where you want to go. Yeah, that's the goal. Destination. Save money. Funds. Pick a time. Availability of people going. That's funds. What is it? A vehicle? Yeah, rent a car. We gotta rent a car. Yeah, perfect. I'm glad you said that. Rent a car, accommodations, flights, time off, work. All of these tasks might involve something different. Time off work, you might have to talk to your boss. There's going to be another task to that. Might have to put time off request in. Destination, that's an easy one. Just sit down with whoever's going, figuring it out. Put it all on, and then put it all on a calendar. You start whittling off all these tasks. Once all this is done, what happens? Family trip. It happens. It's pretty simple. It's something we don't think about. We think about all this overwhelming stuff. These are personal goals, right? What about a professional goal? Like, where do you want to be? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to not even work in this business? Do you want to be a marketing manager for a specific type of company? What do you have to do those goals? You want to be a manager in this company. You get your hoisting license. You gotta be a foreman for a number of years for crews. You got to be reliable. You got to come in. Like literally those tasks go on that list. And once those tasks are done, how about not banging into work consistently? Cross that one off. Learn the Common Planting book. Cross that one off. Do my goals. Put these on paper and bring them to George or anybody and say, hey, I'm being intentional about myself. I want to improve myself here. This is what I did. Be flexible. Don't say, I'm not doing this because that's not what I usually do, and I know somebody's out today, and I don't want to do that because I don't like that job. Be flexible. Work with us because that's what we need. Put that on your list. Being flexible, whatever. Once all that stuff's crossed off, congratulations. The only people that are and if somebody's holding you back from accomplishing your goals, you got to ask yourself, is it somebody holding me back that's somebody else's fault, or is it me holding me back? And if it's somebody that's holding you back, you gotta take care of that. If it's the company that's holding you back, you gotta come talk to us, because we don't want to be that. We want to be able to help you guys get there, but you gotta be able to do that. Financial goals. So we talked about personal goals, we talked about professional goals, now we'll talk about financial goals. Financial goals don't mean I want to make $1 million. Well, that's a financial goal. I want to make this much every year. But another financial goal will be, I want to start investing in my 401k, or even more detailed, which I'm going to get into this, how much do I want to invest in my 401k? Within what time period? Okay, so if you put a deadline on these goals too, it's only going to help you. I want to invest $5,000 in my 401k this year. 401k, $5,000. This year. This is an easy one. Might not be an easy one. It actually is an easy one to do, because you don't see the money. It comes out of your check pre-tax. Like if you don't see it, it's not in your hands, you don't spend it. All right, let's do the math. How many weeks do we have left in the season? Do we have 30 weeks left in the season? You want to invest $5,000 in 30 weeks. How much is that a week? Somebody do that math. 166 a week. If this is somebody's goal, 5,000 might not be somebody's goal. 166 a week. You got to do that. You got to sign up. You got to figure out. It might be another thing. Like if you're going to take $166 out of your paycheck every week, it's not just. That's not the like you want to think of every single task for this. Well, what are you going to do without that 166? What are you sacrificing at home to not do that? It might be I got to cut down on cigarettes. Right? How does that? That's kind of, and it might two goals might tie into each other. One of your goals might be I want to quit smoking. Well, to do this, I got to cut down and only smoke 2 cigarettes a day, because that's going to get me that much money to save up for whatever. Right? I'm just putting this as an example. Ciggies. Whatever. And hey, the advantage of this 166 a week is the company's matching 4% of your pay too. If you're doing 166 a week, you're going to also get additional money on top of that, and then it's going to roll over at the end of the year. But you just got to put this, that's one of your goals. You make the tasks. Some of them you can put on a calendar. This is easy. Every week, there's something on the calendar. My money goes in. Sign up. That's easy. Like this is a simple one. But if you don't, law of the scoreboard, if you don't have it in front of you and you don't have a plan, then you're going to fail. But somebody says that they want to lose weight, right? That's a goal. That's a basic goal. But you got to make it. They call them SMART goals. Is how you want to look at these goals. Is it specific? Specific is I want to lose 50 pounds. Is it measurable? Yes, 50 pounds. It's measured. Is it attainable? Yes, it could be. If you say I want to lose 50 pounds by next year, that could be attainable. If you say I want to lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks, no, that's not attainable. That's not a SMART goal. Like it's got to be attainable. It's got to be realistic. Is it a realistic goal? I want to go to the moon. No, that's not realistic, right? And time bound. So make sure the goal is specific, measurable, specific goal. You can measure it. It's realistic and attainable, and you have a time to it. It's called a SMART goal, right? That's going to make it easier to achieve that if you hit those. If you don't hit all these points, I just want to lose weight. I've been saying it for years. But I didn't say, and on me, right? I didn't say I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. And is it attainable and realistic? Yes. Okay, how do I do that? Now that goes on the thing. I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months. What is the tasks? I got to cut down on my food. I got to only eat this many calories a day. Put that on my calendar. Maybe I want to go see a nutritionist. Put that on the calendar. And then you start hitting those tasks on those dates. Well, there's no chance you can't hit it, right? That's right. Anyway, so point being, why do I care about Chike's goals? Why do I care about your goals? You don't know, right? I do though, because I care about you guys as employees working for me. Like anybody else can stand up here and say, I want you guys to edge better. I want you to trim hedges better. I want you to make me more money. My point is I'm not up here talking for me. I'm talking because I want to help you guys be able to. And if there's any point where the company is not helping you, and we can, talk to us, right? Open book, like talk to us about that. And we want to make that work.